Welcome to Day 62 on the trail. We're glad you're here. We have 5 readings for today, from Acts 12, verses 1 through 25, Exodus 34, verse 29 through 35, verse 29, the 69th Psalm, Job 38, verse 1 through 40, verse 2, and the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 13, verse 10 through 14, verse 11. In Acts chapter 12, we return to Jerusalem and the story of Peter. Herod Agrippa I was the grandson of Herod the Great, and was given authority by Emperor Caligula over most of the region that was once held by his grandfather. He is a powerful ruler who deeply cared about what people thought of him. So when he begins persecuting the followers of Jesus and garners positive feedback for it, he expands his attacks on Christians. He has James, the brother of John, son of Zebedee, and one of Jesus' disciples, killed. When Herod sees that this pleases the Jewish leadership, he arrests Peter. In prison, Peter is surrounded by 4 squads of soldiers who guard him around the clock. Meanwhile, the church is praying for him, fervently. Now, this might seem like an obvious question, but what were they praying for? What was the result that they were looking for from God? If Herod had James killed, what would God do to help Peter? Or would God help Peter? Did they expect Jesus to act? And if so, how? And what does Peter expect? In Acts chapter 12, beginning in verse 9, suddenly an angel of the Lord appeared and a light shone in the cell. He tapped Peter on the side and woke him, saying, "Get up quickly." And the chains fell off his wrists. The angel said to him, "Fasten your belt and put on your sandals." He did so. Then he said to him, "Wrap your cloak around you and follow me." Peter went out and followed him. He did not realize that what was happening with the angel's help was real. He thought he was seeing a vision. From his response, I wonder if Peter expected Jesus to rescue him from Herod. I am not saying that he did not trust God, but I don't think he expected this. After all, an angel is standing right there next to Peter, and he does not believe it. In fact, it is not until they were outside the city and the angel left that Peter realized what had happened. And Peter is not the only one who is surprised. Peter heads to the home of a friend where everyone has gathered and are praying for Peter. Then, in Acts 12, verse 13, we have this. As soon as he realized this, he went to the house of Mary, the mother of John, whose other name was Mark, where many had gathered and were praying. When he knocked at the outer gate, a maid named Rhoda came to answer. On recognizing Peter's voice, she was so overjoyed that instead of opening the gate, she ran in and announced that Peter was standing at the gate. Rhoda is so excited that she leaves Peter at the gate. Was she surprised to see Peter? Or was she surprised that their prayers were answered? So Rhoda goes and tells the group, who is in the middle of praying for Peter, and this is their response. Verse 15. They said to her, "You are out of your mind." But she insisted that it was so. They said, "It is his angel." So, did they think it was more likely that this was an angel rather than Peter for whom they were praying? It is almost as if they can't compute that God might have actually done the very thing that they were asking for. At least, not until they actually opened the door and saw Peter. So why did Luke decide to record this strange series of events? Perhaps it is to remind us that it is often hard to see past those moments when we are embroiled in a difficult struggle. Hope is something that we have to work at. It just doesn't happen. It is hard to hold on to real hope when you are in the middle of a struggle. Now, there's also a common thread that we see here in the life of the early church and in our lives as well. It is reminding ourselves that God is active, even when we might not realize it. God sends an angel to rescue Peter. Peter does not recognize what is happening, but God is there. The church is praying, maybe not even knowing what to ask for, but God is there among them. So here's the best news from this story. You and I are not alone in this world. After the resurrection, Jesus does not say, "Well, I'm done here. Good luck, and hang on till I return." Instead, he tells the disciples and us in Matthew 28, "I am with you always, to the very end of the age." Not just good thoughts, not helpful quotes to get you through the day, not philosophical advice, real help. He promised to be with us and sent the Spirit to guide, direct, correct, and help. In Romans 8, verse 11, Paul writes, "If the Spirit of Him who raised Jesus from the dead dwells in you, He who raised Christ from the dead will give life to your mortal bodies also, through His Spirit that dwells in you." God dwells with us. This is a theme that we see as early as the book of Genesis. We are not alone in this world. We have been promised real power to live, not just in the future, but today. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, stay on the trail.